There's a roar that shakes no mountains, yet awakens every sleeping soul. In the golden dust of dawn, a lion walks alone across the vast plain. There is no prey in his sight, no rival to challenge his reign, and no fear to cloud his heart. Each step he takes presses deep into the earth, a deliberate and measured gait, as if marking the very rhythm of eternity itself. His presence is a testament to an authority that needs no announcement, a strength that requires no validation. The world, in its awe and reverence, calls him the king, but within the silent chambers of his being, he carries a profound secret, a truth that echoes through the stillness of his spirit. True power is silent. It is a force that does not shout to be heard, but simply exists, undeniable and absolute. This lion is not merely an animal. He is a living metaphor for the enlightened soul. His solitary journey across the endless savanna mirrors the path of the awakened individual who has discovered the boundless kingdom within. He is the embodiment of sovereignty that is not won through conquest over others, but through the complete mastery of oneself. His silence is not an absence of sound, but a presence of something far deeper, a wellspring of unshakable peace and unassailable strength. While the world around him erupts in a cacophony of transient struggles, he moves through it all with a grace that comes from knowing his own eternal nature. His is the quiet confidence of the mountain, the deep assurance of the ocean. He understands that the most powerful statements are often made without uttering a single word, and the most resonant roars are the ones that reverberate only in the vast expanse of silence. Around him, the jungle never sleeps. It is a world perpetually in motion, a symphony of survival and desire. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the most formidable predator, cries out for attention, for existence, for a place in the grand, chaotic orchestra. The birds sing their territorial songs at the break of dawn, their melodies a vibrant declaration of life. The winds rush through the tall grasses and ancient trees, whispering tales of distant lands and impending change. The ground trembles with the frantic chase of predators and the desperate flight of prey, a relentless drumbeat of life and death. Noise in all its forms fills every inch of the air, a constant and overwhelming barrage of sensory information. This ceaseless chorus of the wild is a perfect reflection of the inner world of the human mind. We too live in jungles, not of trees and vines, but of thoughts, emotions, and desires. Our minds are landscapes teeming with the same restless energy. Every thought that arises is like the chirp of a bird, demanding to be heard. Every ambition is a predator, chasing the elusive prey of success and recognition. Every fear is the rustle in the undergrowth, signaling a potential threat. Every desire is the roar of a lesser beast, staking its claim on our attention and energy. The noise of the external world is mirrored, and often amplified, by the internal chatter that fills our consciousness from the moment we wake to the moment we fall into a restless sleep. Our modern lives are jungles constructed of concrete, steel, and digital signals. The cries for attention are no longer just the songs of birds, but the incessant notifications from our devices, the blaring advertisements promising happiness, and the constant stream of opinions and news designed to provoke a reaction. Every sound, every image, every piece of information is another layer of noise, another thought that fills the already crowded space of our minds. We are conditioned to believe that to be heard, we must be loud. To be seen, we must be constantly visible. To be powerful, we must assert our presence in the most boisterous way possible. Just as the jungle's creatures vie for dominance through sound and display, we compete in our own societal ecosystems. We roar our accomplishments on social media, we chase the fleeting validation of likes and shares, and we fill our lives with activity, mistaking busyness for purpose. This constant external and internal noise creates a state of perpetual agitation. It is a relentless storm of thoughts and emotions that obscures our true nature. Much like a tempestuous sea hides the calm, silent depths below, we become lost in this jungle of our own making, forgetting that there is a quiet, open plain within us, a space of profound stillness and power. Every sound we heed, every thought we entertain, every ambition we chase without conscious awareness, is another roar of the restless mind, another chain that binds us to the chaos of the periphery, keeping us from the serene, unshakable center of our own being. Have you ever noticed how the world seems to get louder the more we try to find quiet? We're constantly chasing something: success, happiness, the next big thing. But what if the greatest prize isn't found in the chase, but in the stillness? Imagine a lion, the king of the savannah. In his youth, his world is defined by the hunt, by the roar that asserts his dominance, by the constant pursuit of his next meal. His power is in his motion, his strength is in his stride. He is a force of nature, a symphony of muscle and instinct, and the savannah trembles at his passing. His days are a blur of dust, speed, and the raw, thrilling pulse of life and death. He believes his roar is his essence, his very identity. But time, the most patient of teachers, has a different lesson in store. As seasons turn and the silver hairs begin to trace his magnificent mane, a profound change begins to stir within him. The fire in his belly no longer burns for the thrill of the chase. His hunger shifts. It's no longer for flesh and bone, but for something far more elusive: peace. You see him now, not on the hunt, but seated in the deep shade of a solitary acacia tree, its ancient branches reaching towards the sky like a silent prayer. He is a picture of majesty, not in motion, but in utter stillness. He is no longer stalking prey. He is observing the world from a place of deep tranquility. The frantic energy of his youth has given way to a profound, quiet strength. His gaze is no longer fixed on the fleeting movements of gazelles, but turned inward. He is listening. Not to the chirping of birds, not to the rustle of the wind through the tall grass, not even to the distant calls of his pride. He is listening to something deeper, something he never had the patience to hear before. He is listening to himself. With each slow, deliberate breath, he draws in more than just air. He inhales the calm of the midday sun, the wisdom of the ancient earth beneath him. Each breath becomes a lesson in presence, a reminder that this moment, right here, is all that truly exists. The past is a memory, the future a dream, but the breath is now. And his heartbeat, once a frantic drum driving him forward in the hunt, has slowed to a steady, rhythmic pulse. It's no longer a signal for action, but a mantra. With each beat, he feels the life force flowing through him, a gentle, persistent rhythm connecting him to all of existence. Thump, thump, thump. It is the sound of life itself, stripped bare of all ambition and desire. It is the sound of being. In this newfound silence, a universe opens up. He discovers a power far greater than the one he wielded in his prime. The young lion, in all his roaring glory, believed power was about making the world bend to his will. But the old lion, in his quiet contemplation, understands true power is about surrendering to the flow of life. He discovers the stillness that contains all movement, the silence that holds all sound. This isn't weakness, it's the ultimate strength. It's the strength of the mountain that withstands the storm, the strength of the deep ocean that is unmoved by the chaos on its surface. He realizes his roar was never his true power. It was just noise, a declaration to the world. His true power, his essence, was always here, waiting in the silence, beneath the noise. It is a soundless roar, an inner enlightenment that radiates from him, more potent and commanding than any sound he could ever make. He has found that in letting go of the hunt, he has captured everything. In embracing silence, he has finally heard his own soul. He has become the lion of silence, a master not of the savannah, but of himself. And in his quiet, enlightened gaze, we see a reflection of our own potential, the boundless power that awaits when we too learn to be still and listen. One morning, the lion rises. He faces the golden light of the rising sun, his mane a halo of fire. The vast savanna stretches before him, alive with the morning's first breath. But the lion does not roar. No sound escapes his powerful jaws. And yet, everything around him trembles. The tall grass bends low, as if in reverence. The chattering birds in the acacia trees fall silent, their songs caught in their throats. The a distant herd of wildebeest freezes, heads lifted, sensing a shift in the very fabric of the air. They all feel his roar. It is not a sound that travels through the air to be heard, but a vibration that resonates deep within the earth, within every living thing. It is the roar of pure presence, not of sound. This is the true power of the king, not a declaration of dominance shouted to the heavens, but a silent, unshakable certainty that emanates from his very being. The true roar of a lion is not the cry of dominance, but the vibration of awareness itself. Think about our own lives. We often believe that to be heard, we must be loud. We shout our opinions, we broadcast our achievements, we fill every silence with noise, afraid of being overlooked, of being insignificant. We roar with our voices, hoping to assert our place in the world. But what if our greatest strength, our most profound impact, comes not from the noise we make, but from the stillness we command? Imagine cultivating that same quality of presence within yourself, a stillness so deep, so centered that it doesn't need to announce itself, it is simply felt. This is the power of meditation, of turning inward. When you sit in silence, you are not doing nothing. You are gathering your energy, consolidating your focus, and connecting with the core of your being. You are learning to listen beyond the chatter of your own mind, to feel the subtle vibrations of your own existence. Each time you choose stillness over distraction, you are strengthening this inner lion. You are learning to command your own inner kingdom, the kingdom of your thoughts, your emotions, your impulses. You begin to realize that true control isn't about wrestling your thoughts into submission, but about creating a space of awareness so vast that they simply rise and fall without disturbing your peace. Your presence becomes your power. When you walk into a room, people don't just hear your words, they feel your energy. Are you scattered, anxious, your mind a whirlwind of noise? Or are you grounded, calm, your presence a pool of tranquility? This is the soundless roar. It's the quiet confidence of someone who knows who they are, who is comfortable in their own skin, who doesn't need external validation to feel whole. This is the energy that inspires trust, that calms anxiety in others, that commands respect without ever demanding it. This inner stillness is a source of immense strength. When challenges arise, the noisy mind panics. It flails, it shouts, it gets lost in the chaos. But the silent mind, the mind of the lion, remains centered. It observes the situation with clarity, unclouded by fear or reactivity. It can see the path forward, not by roaring at the obstacle, but by emanating a presence so powerful that the obstacle itself seems to diminish in significance. The roar of presence doesn't shatter the problem. It dissolves the fear that makes it a problem. So, how do we cultivate this soundless roar? We begin by embracing moments of quiet. Find time each day to simply be. Turn off the noise. Sit with your breath. Feel the weight of your body, the aliveness in your hands, the steady beat of your heart. Don't fight your thoughts. Just watch them like clouds passing in the vast sky of your awareness. This practice is the training ground for your inner lion. With each moment of silent observation, you are strengthening the muscle of presence. You are learning that your power doesn't come from what you do or say, but from who you are, from the quality of being you bring to each moment. Let us learn from the lion of silence. Let us understand that the most powerful roar is the one that is never heard, but is always felt. It is the steady, unwavering vibration of a soul at peace, a mind that is clear, and a presence that is fully engaged with the now. This is the roar of enlightenment, the quiet power that can move the world not with noise, but with the profound and unshakable force of stillness. Awaken this lion within you. Let your presence be your roar. Have you ever felt the weight of the world on your shoulders, the constant pressure to speak up, to be seen, to prove your worth? In a society that rewards the loudest voice and the busiest life, it's easy to believe that power lies in action, in noise, in constant striving. We're taught to roar, to fight, to conquer. But what if the greatest strength, the most profound wisdom, isn't found in a roar, but in the stillness that precedes it? Today, we're going to explore a different kind of power, the power of the lion of silence. Imagine a majestic lion, not in a ferocious charge, but resting regally under the vast savanna sky. He is the undisputed king of his domain, yet he is perfectly still. His power isn't in his roar at this moment. It's in his presence, his focused calm. His very being radiates an authority that needs no announcement. This is the essence of the lion of silence, a symbol for the awakened consciousness that resides within each of us. This lion represents the part of you that is patient, observant, and deeply connected to a power that transcends the chaos of the everyday world. It doesn't need to prove itself because it knows its own strength. This brings us to the first great lesson, the lesson of silence. Think about your own mind. It's often like a bustling jungle, filled with the cacophony of chattering monkeys. These are your thoughts, your worries, your to-do lists. They swing from branch to branch, demanding your attention, creating a constant state of noise. We try to chase them, to argue with them, to organize them, but this only makes them louder. We become exhausted, lost in the jungle of our own minds. Now, consider the lion. He sits at the edge of this jungle, unbothered. He hears the monkeys, but he does not join their chatter. He simply watches. He is a silent observer. This is the first step in awakening your inner lion, learning to observe your thoughts without getting entangled in them. Meditation is the practice of becoming this lion. When you sit in stillness, you are not trying to stop your thoughts. That's like trying to stop the monkeys from chattering, a futile effort. Instead, you simply shift your identity. You are no longer the monkey. You are the lion. As you sit in meditation, your mind becomes like that lion watching, waiting, unmoved. A thought appears, perhaps a worry about a deadline. It tries to roar, to grab your attention and pull you into its story of stress and urgency. Another thought comes, a memory from the past, roaring with regret or nostalgia. The lion, your awareness, simply listens. It doesn't judge the roar. It doesn't fight it. It acknowledges its presence and lets it fade back into the silence from which it came. In this stillness, you discover something profound. The silence isn't empty. The silence is listening. It listens deeper than the words, deeper than the emotions. It hears the space between the thoughts, and in that space, there is peace, there is power. When you practice this, something miraculous begins to happen. The more you identify with the silent, watchful lion, the less power the noisy monkeys have over you. You realize that you are not your thoughts. You are the consciousness that is aware of them. This is a monumental shift. It's the difference between being caught in a storm and being the calm, uncheckable mountain that witnesses the storm pass by. As you cultivate this inner stillness, you begin to understand that when you are truly silent, the universe roars through you. This isn't a contradiction. It's the heart of the paradox. True power isn't generated by your personal effort, your ego's desperate attempts to be heard. True power flows through you when you become a clear and open channel. When your mind is quiet, you are no longer broadcasting your own limited frequency of anxieties and desires. Instead, you become a receiver for a much grander transmission. This is what ancient wisdom traditions refer to as divine inspiration, intuition, or the flow state. It's the artist who feels the masterpiece moving through their hands, the scientist who receives a sudden insight, the parent who knows exactly what to say to comfort their child. You don't speak wisdom, you become it. It flows through you, not from you. Think of it like a radio. If the radio is filled with static, your own mental chatter, you can't hear the music being broadcast. But when you tune the dial to a clear frequency, when you find that point of inner silence, the music of the universe plays through you, clear and beautiful. Your actions become more intuitive, your words more impactful, your presence more healing. You don't have to try so hard because you are no longer operating from your own limited strength. You are co-creating with the intelligence of life itself. This leads to a radical redefinition of what it means to be strong. The lion of silence doesn't fight the world. He has no need to. He simply becomes so still, so present, that the world dissolves into him. This is a powerful concept. Our usual approach is to confront our problems head on. If there's conflict, we argue. If there's an obstacle, we push against it. The ego mind believes in force. But the lion of silence embodies a different kind of strength, the power of assimilation. Imagine someone directs anger towards you. The instinct is to roar back, to defend yourself, to attack. The lion of silence, however, remains still. It allows the roar of the other person to enter its vast silent space. Because the space is so immense and peaceful, the anger has nothing to push against. It's like shouting into a fog. The sound is simply absorbed. It loses its energy, its power to harm. The lion's stillness doesn't defeat the anger. It neutralizes it. It dissolves it. By being a space of non-reaction, you become a force for peace. You don't change the world by fighting it. You change the world by embodying the peace you wish to see. The world, in its frantic state, is drawn to your stillness. It finds refuge in your presence. This isn't about being passive or weak. It's the ultimate form of strength. It takes immense discipline and courage to remain still in the face of provocation, to choose silence over reaction. But in that stillness, you retain your power. When you react, you give your power away. You let someone else's emotional state dictate your own. The lion of silence holds its center. It is the master of its own inner kingdom. From this place of grounded power, any action it does choose to take is conscious, deliberate, and far more effective than a knee-jerk reaction. So, what does this majestic lion of silence teach us for our own lives? The lesson is simple, yet it can change everything. First, you don't need to shout to be heard. In a world of noise, a calm, centered presence speaks volumes. People are instinctively drawn to those who are comfortable in their own skin, who don't feel the need to perform. Your quiet confidence and authentic presence will be heard more clearly than the loudest, most insecure voice in the room. Second, you don't need to conquer to be powerful. True power is not about dominating others or your circumstances. It's about mastering yourself. It's about ruling the inner kingdom of your own mind. When you have inner peace, when you are not a slave to your own thoughts and emotions, you are more powerful than any king who rules over a chaotic empire. Your power is your unshakable equanimity. And finally, the most liberating lesson of all, you don't need to seek enlightenment. You only need to remember that it was always within you. The search for enlightenment often becomes another frantic activity of the ego, another monkey in the jungle. We read books, attend retreats, and strive for some future state of perfection. But the lion of silence teaches us that what we are looking for is not out there. It is not something to be acquired. It is the very essence of who we are. It is the silent, watchful awareness that is reading these words right now. It has always been here. The journey is not one of discovery, but of remembrance. It's about peeling away the layers of noise, conditioning, and false identity to remember the silent, powerful, and peaceful lion that has been patiently waiting at the core of your being. So I invite you to begin this practice today. Find a few moments to just be still. Close your eyes. Listen to the sounds around you, and then listen to the silence beneath the sounds. Watch your thoughts come and go like clouds in the sky. Don't engage them. Don't fight them. Simply be the vast open sky. Be the lion, watching the jungle of your mind with a calm, knowing gaze. In this stillness, you will find your true strength. You will remember the soundless roar of your own inner wisdom. You will awaken the lion of silence. Thank you for joining me on this journey into stillness. If this message resonated with you, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content on awakening your inner power. Share your thoughts in the comments below. How do you practice finding your inner silence? Until next time, be still and know.